he couldn't adjust. Anderson couldn't quick enough, and that saved a loss.
The tight end rotation back in as Waters comes into the ball game. He is split on the wide right in the middle. I take that back. That is Keltron Montgomery. And Montgomery with the toss out for a short gain up to the 43-yard line. Gain of only 4. And will leave Permian with about a third. And looks to be a long 5. Or officially 4, but we're going to call it a long 5.
Keaton does that so well, Barry, and he does it so quick. He tries to catch him off guard, and he does it many times with that little quick out. But what Keaton does so well is as soon as he gets the ball, it's almost standing up right where he is and throws it real quick. His delivery is awful fast.
J.C. Kidd in the ball game, now number 15. At the far end of the pass is intended for Kidd, and Kidd has it. As he breaks down the field inside the Odessa High 20. This will gain the gain of 25 yards. And, Rick, what they did, they snuck in the senior wide receiver, number 15, J.C. Kidd, put him on the line as a tight end position. Watch him sneak out and get the ball away from him.
There he was. And, again, you notice that pass, Barry. It wasn't a long pass downfield. And when you look at that replay and you see Keaton, he's just doing a very nice, soft little touch out there to Kidd. And that's the way it works tonight. They're taking real good care of how they handle that ball.
The gain was 24 from Keaton to Kidd. Going for it all as Permian has Sheldon Bass. And that is a Permian touchdown as Bass slides into second. Combination as Sheldon Bass grabs his 4th touchdown of the year. He was shut out last week and scored each of the previous 2 weeks, and now Keaton and Bass with that combination once again.
Well, see if we can see Persosa, who's trying to cover him. Look how far behind he is. I mean, he had at least 3 steps on him, and there was no way. With such a soft touch. Keaton has the prettiest pass. I mean, he really has a soft touch. He's not a real hard thrower except for those little quick outs right down the line.
But a capacity crowd of 20,000 whose spirits have not been dampened by the damp weather. As we told you earlier, we had a huge rainstorm hit about 7 o'clock. In fact, from our perch high above Ratliff Stadium, we saw a lightning bolt hit out south of the stadium between Ratliff and the mall area that just took something on the ground and just kind of grabbed a hold of it like a rattler and wouldn't let go. Apparently none the worse for wear. Started at the 29, moved to 71 yards for a score. Next time a 55-yard play, 55-yard series rather, gained in the field goal from Stevenson. And now starting from their 28, Permian is with this pass play.
Deducted without even seeing. He had that field.
Keith corrects me, the gain is 8 and not 3, as I said, as the gain is inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. Once again, Keaton looking back. He's looking for Montgomery. And there is a Permian touchdown.
Barry, there's no way you can defend against that. Persosa was right there with him. I mean,
how many times do you see this in the NFL, Rick, where you just throw it up and the offender knows where the ball is, the defender has no idea, and it's at his mercy. If he's lucky enough to put an arm up, he may can knock it away, without really knowing it. But chances are the offensive guy has the distinct advantage, and that works for a Permian 13-yard touchdown play from Keltron to Keltron Montgomery from the quarterback Nick Keaton.
It was a very good try.
Well, I'll tell you, Aaron Washington is really impressing me early in this season as he has made big hit after big hit. Here is Parrott, and who makes the tackle?
Again, Washington.
Aaron Washington. I was out watching the JV game Thursday night, and Sheldon Bass and Washington sitting up there next to me and the coaches, and Washington's really a funny guy. He looks just like a defensive back that loves to hit.
Yeah,
he just gives you that impression.
Well, he just showed it. He broke it up again.
This one's intended, I believe, for Pando. The pass intended for Donnie Tarango, number 82, instead of Pando, as I called. Pass again falls incomplete. Odessa playing on this for game this weekend, but after this weekend, things kind of begin to shake out a little bit, and you have some stragglers and some guys that are king of the hill.
Well, I think you're going to see a lot of strength break out, or at least you're going to see some strength break out. a lot of people are talking about the Broncos team, that they have a good possibility of being that number 3 team in district this year. And that would be a big accomplishment for the Broncos, as they have come a long ways. Of course, everybody predicting the number 1 will be the Panthers. The number 2 very well could be the Lee team, or that's going to be another big one down the road, I'll tell you. Lee and Panthers.
It's going to shake out pretty quickly because Lee and Angelo meet next Friday night over in Midland. Angelo will play Cooper the week after that. So there's a lot of things happening. Rather, Odessa will play Cooper the week after that. And we're going to know a lot of things before October really gets underway as to how the district's going to shake out and who the representatives are going to be. The consensus, as Rick just mentioned a moment ago, Permian and Lee, and behind that, who knows? Odessa, Angelo, maybe Cooper. E.J. Foster will gather this one in at his 8-yard line. He tries to do a little sneaky move, but the sophomore Rory Couch up there quickly to make the tackle, number 60.
There's nothing there by the time they get there.
Big staff. A lot of work tonight, very effective from his tailback position as the Odessa Bronco defense is keying on John Williams. Let's go for the whole shebang. Here is,
my gosh, what a catch.
Here is Bass on the receiving end of a pass from Keaton all the way down to the 13-yard line. A 39-yard pass and run from quarterback Keaton to Sheldon Bass, the senior wide receiver. Look at this, right on the money, Rick.
Watch out, Bass, though. He positioned himself. He was a little bit behind the defender, and Bass knew that he had to get himself in between the runner, the passer and the defender, and he moved in with just a couple of quick steps. He moved in between, placed himself there, and went up for the ball. Bass has a nose to get that ball. Pass Jesse, and Jesse hung on, but he still stretched him out like a clothesline.
Yeah, this defense is certainly keen on John Williams, and the Panthers taking what the defense to give them. In some opportunities, some of those opportunities are passes to, of course, the wideout kid and Bass, and also an opportunity to let Pinkstaff run a little bit tonight. Bass has 66 yards in receptions this evening, and 2 scores.
There it is! There it is! Beautiful reception. Beautiful reception.
I like watching that kid catch the ball.
Watch this. It's even the defender there. Berzosa knew it was coming. He had his eye on it, but how did it work? I don't know.
The 8-yard pass from Keaton to Bass, and once again, it's just simply you throw it up to a position, to a point on the field, let your receiver run under it. He throws it right. Interception. And Sheldon Bass has an open field if he can get a block. He does. Oh, here he goes. Across the 25 to the 23-yard line. Bass picks off his 5th errant pass of the year. The 12th of his young career. In fact, he was one of the top 3 leading interceptors returning this year in all of Class 5A football, and he had this one pegged all the way.
Well, watch. I think it's Sanchez there. It was Sanchez. Boom. No. Yeah, it was Sanchez trying to make a tackle, and what he did was he helped him break out of another tackle and gain about 5 or 10 more yards.
Now, the yardage maybe not, but the 3 scores the best of the year, and really looks very sharp and crisp tonight. You'd think with the wet conditions, the ball being a little bit damp, it'd be hard to control, but Nick having a great night. Nick at night. Oh. Here is John Williams finding the corner. He will cross the 20. Cuts back up, and John Williams will score from 23 yards away.
He's still running.
We've got to get a shot of we've already missed it. His dance in the end zone had to be a classic. Watch as Williams kind of picks his way on his tippy toes around the corner, Rick, and once that seam opens up, turns on the jet for the end zone.
You can see the determination. Look at the speed he's running, though. He's running so much faster than he did before. The determination was there. It was like, this is the one. I feel it. I'm going in. He started off knowing he was going to score.
If we can run the replay again in just a moment, we want to try to pick up who made the blocks for the Panthers. We believe it was Pinkstaff again that opened up the way, and Bass may have been out there to throw a clearing block for Williams as he scores from 23 yards out. Stevenson tacks on the extra point to make it Permian 31-0, and we have 4:41 to play in the third quarter. Let's look at the replay again, Rick, and see if we can catch who throws the clearing block as we kick off the point after. Something happened so fast you can't really see it, can you?
Yeah, number 20, let's see, 25. Nick Keaton was leading him out there. He's one of them that broke it completely up. I mean, he ducked his head.
Makes the tackle. Bushan Bergen and Ronnie Spirit live in the same household. What do you think it's been like around that household this week?
Well, I think Bushan, as when he made the tackle and flipped him over and threw him down real hard, he says,
"Hello, bro."
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. He said, "Yeah, take that one." So I may not talk about that one later. What do you think?
I'm sure there's been a lot of talk back and forth. You know, I think sometimes the adults take things a lot more seriously than the players do as far as east versus west. It's just a ball game to them, and in most cases you're playing a lot of guys that you played with and around for a lot of years.
Oh, guess who?
Guess who? Big Aaron, Washington, number 86. I tell you, he keeps playing like that, this kid's going to be making all districts play left and right. I'm really impressed with the way he comes up quickly and wraps a player up.
He does, and he did it so well. Also, though, putting the pressure on and chasing him from behind was Eric Williams. As he had him, if he as much of that clock as possible.
Up to 19 carries for 94 yards for the senior tailback. 251 last week, averaging 200 yards a game, well under his average tonight. But here comes one of our favorite runners. There's Pinkstaff again. I tell you, he's just fun to watch. He just wants to just knock that head down and just give it all you got.
And he does. You'll just see him duck that head as he gets to that line and goes through it. I mean, he's got long legs. He's got a big gait on him, and once he gets them all together,
he's swinging gait.
Well,
Pinkstaff only had 44 yards coming in. Rick, he's got 43 tonight. Don't you know he's loving this a little bit. Here's the quick toss out to Montgomery. Montgomery breaks free up to the 45-yard line. And should and does have it up for the Permian first.
Well, Bobby Ramirez at his defensive tackle position, kind of slid in throwing those passes.
No, very methodical as we wind our way inside the half-minute mark, 29 seconds. Clock stopped when he gets completion. Nick Keaton unofficially 151 yards passing tonight on a 13 of 18 evening. Here is Williams. And Williams crosses midfield, and he will go all the way.
Oh, it never fails.
Maybe not.
It never fails when you say that. I knew it. You put it on him. But I tell you who sprung him loose is Pinkstaff. He threw a block. Watch number 27. Boom, there goes the man and gets him around the corner. And here he goes. As you said, he could go. No, he couldn't.
Well, he goes from the Permian 45 all the way down. They're going to move this one down to the 2-yard line, the 7-yard penalty. On the pass interference penalty, Permian will set it up. Here's John Williams, and Williams about a half a yard short of a score. Final 10 seconds of the quarter. And all the people down in that end of the end zone, don't you know, hey, guys, we're going to post a third score in the third quarter as we begin play. In the fourth, Permian will have the ball from inside the Bronco 1-yard line. And
who's going to carry it? Is it going to be Pinkstaff or Williams?
I think it'll be Williams. You give your hammer, you know, when you got the hammer, use the hammer. But Greg. You know what I like about Pinkstaff? I mean, he plays two ways. And when he's on offense, he may not carry the ball that much, but man, he'll put you on the turf,
no doubt,
blocking.
Oh, full line.
Now it was Keaton, but this is going to come back. It looked like as the Permian offensive line was just a little bit ahead of the count.
Well, it's tougher and tougher. They're building. They're not even at their peak, I don't think, yet.
Adam Hamilton now in for the Panthers. You can see him split wide left. Here is Williams as he tries the corner. This is the 8th play of the drive, and Williams will cross the goal line for the Permian score.
Guess who threw the key block again, Barry? And if we're going to watch
two of them.
He took two out, not one, but two. Not one, but two.
He spun Williams almost around to where Rod Williams could make the tackle, but homecoming next week for Permian. And in Midland, big ball game with Lee and Angelo. Boy, that ought to be a barn burner.
That'd be one to really pay close attention to.
Lee averaging like over 50 points a game thus far. There's your buddy Aaron Washington as he is neck and neck with at his number, buddy. Curtis Hayes, number 86. The ball again falls incomplete. And 4 of 17 passes tonight for the Broncos, 33 yards.
You know, we talked a lot about Washington pass, but he hit him from behind.
Flipping call will move it back to the 24-yard line. It'll be first and 17, first and 18 for the Broncos. And Aaron Washington comes away with the pick. Washington goes high. He and Tolbert fighting for the ball. And Washington with his first pickoff of the year. And for Permian, the 7th intercepted pass of the year. And the Panthers defense, once again, Rick, takes away a golden opportunity for the